Oh yeah, what's going on, folks? I really enjoyed watching this channel I was looking at earlier. And what this channel does is it shows images in the sky, and the guy on the channel, he can see certain things, and he's pointing out certain things, and he speaks on these beings, and he says these, it and it and it and it and it, and that's all I heard. So I appreciate the fact that the Lord, in this day and age, those people who have a vibration, like I was saying, and this is clear proof of that, have been awakened, because there are many people, whether they're getting it through a text or they're getting it through visual, there are many people that are waking up, folks, because they can see. The thing I want to talk about is, I understand my purpose, right? Because what you're looking at, I'm actually doing live interaction with. So for instance, when you say you see something in the heavens, you're correct. And I could tell you who that being is. It's not an it, right? All of the stars in the heavens, folks, are beings, folks, whom do duty. And the most important reason of talking to you about this today, even for those people who spot all these things they see, and like I said, you're oohed and awed by the spectacle of something, but you're not really trying to reach for the higher purpose. And why? Because yes, these people knew about Mother Earth, but they don't know her personally, folks. I have yet to meet the person who can reason my experience. Yeah, you may see something, you may have the visual, but if you're not in interaction, that's what the next step you want to go. If you're in visual, you should be seeking that next step. Because in this society, folks, coming forward, there's not going to be a whole lot of folks walking around and interacting, because there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be done away with. But the Lord is as big as the sky, and I've been telling you guys that you're in a fishbowl. You guys understand about the firmament, you've heard certain things, and we're not going to argue about this or that and get into what's true and what's not true. We're not getting into all that stuff, because there are some truths and there are many lies. The point I'm making to you is, yes, the Most High is real. Yes, He holds your life and soul. Yes, you will always be a living vessel, because He is holding your life. He never dies. He has given you life. That life will always exist, folks. Where you manifest is the more important thing, because right now you're suffering, which is why I want to talk again too today. Lord gave me word, but He literally gave me word, and I waited for word to come out and speak to you this evening. And see, when you think about what's going on in the world society, folks, the climate in the world society, if you aren't troubled by what's going on, if you don't perceive or have perceptions of pain, which is actual, since you want to live in a real, true world that you so-called, pain is true, right? Stress and anxiety are real things, folks, that manifest in other people, and many of you create these conditions. See, you're the narcissist, demoniac, evil that we need to do away with. For all of your educations, whether it be through book doctrine or through visual through visual reconnaissance of something that you perceive in the heavens, when you're on a great one, when you're interacting with the heavens, and they're with you on a daily basis, day and night, 24/7, and when the great sun is your mentor, then you're stepping into something else. If you can see something, there's more, and you know there's more. But none of you guys are reaching for the more important point about what that more is, the Most High. He is all of the things. All of the heavens you see, He is them, folks. Okay? I didn't hear anyone talking about trying to understand Him. Yeah, we can pick apart our concepts, and the guy spoke a lot about theories, and I appreciate those, because a lot of his theory is true and he's speaking in theory. But remember, folks, I don't speak in theory. I told you, yeah, theories are accepted and appreciated, especially when they're on the right track. But the actual experience, folks, that's why this is a blessing for me. This is a blessing for me because I know the Most High personally, folks. So all of those people who have visuals are important because they're waking up, and there's going to be some necessity coming forward, and they're going to be needed for something, right? But I know that because you guys talk in certain ways, you don't expect the status quo to go. A lot of you have strength, and your strength of consciousness is in this consciousness that is a present, that has delivered pain. And maybe you may be getting a few more crumbs than the next person, and so you don't feel that pain. You can make do with those crumbs. This shouldn't be about crumbs. I was talking to someone maybe yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. And we were talking about, a lot of these proposals, because they had saw something on where some activist was talking about the reparations and stuff, and they were talking about ways to solve this problem, that has been generations deep. How does one solve this? How does one soothe the populace of people who have been done wrong, folks? Which is true. This is not about your foolishness at this point. A lot of people have been done wrong. And so this guy was saying that, they proposed several things. In one case, they said, just give these people money. We'll come back to that in a minute, but I'm just going to entertain what they actually said, because these people are grounded and flat-footed here. So they're speaking, like I keep telling you guys, they're speaking from a place of consciousness that only relates to this, and not looking at the writing on the walls and seeing what's taking place and the changes that are going to come forth. They're not focusing on those things, But they proposed something about money, give these people money. Now, the reason why they were saying this, I'm supposing, is because this has already been done. There are other people who've been given money. We'll come back to that because money is not real, but we'll come back to that. Then the second point they made was something about relocating the people. If you have concluded that you have done someone wrong, you have taken them at gunpoint or weapon point against their will, and have taken them from faraway land somewhere and have enslaved them and have given them the worst of everything for generations and generations. Deaths and pain and torture and misery for generations, folks. Facts. And so you move these people and relocate them somewhere and leave them be and let them do some things. Now, has that been done? Yeah, that has been done before. Right? Look in your history books, thumb through them somewhere, you'll find that's been done before. Right? Then they had another thing they were saying where the people were saying, here, right? Give the rightful people here the land here, right? And leave them be and let them govern themselves, because obviously it's clear that you don't have the hearts to govern anyone, right? And going forward, like I said, there's only going to be a specific group of people that's going to be left behind, the people that have the right type of vibration. Yeah, you guys talk about stuff and you get into your theories and your doctrines, but I'm trying to explain to you that science, God's science, which is the real science, prevails all things in the universe. And you know these things because you speak about the universe. But those laws are really, really in effect, folks. You understand? All of this stuff, any of these theories you have that are on the right track, explore those things, but really, really blow them up a little bit more and look into them. Right? There's some great things, folks. See, you guys haven't seen Heavenly Worlds. See, all of this is for a purpose, is what I'm saying. Right? I talk about this because I know, on a great one, I know that there are beautiful things, folks, that are coming to this present society. But I also understand of things that already exist. Marvelous things, folks. Beautiful things. Hey. Beautiful things that exist. I am so thankful to God every day for my great blessing, folks. Like I said, physical interaction, folks. Right? Real time, folks. Right on live camera, folks. I am blessed. In heavenly worlds, folks. In heavenly worlds, people experience joy because they're allowed to really expressing, and their free will is fully cultivated in these heavenly worlds, folks. You know? And you guys have allowed consciousness of lower energies to get into you and manifest. And so now in your present world, you're looking at a small dose of manifestation of what really will happen in the lower worlds, folks. This is why you have pain here in current. Right? This is why they're suffering here at present. And this is why many of you who are not willing to engage these things or deal with them, because you want to turn and look the other way because you somehow perceive there's a benefit, which is nothing. Let's get back to that money. Money is nothing. But like I said, I was just making a point to say that if money is everything to you guys and you have given it away in other circumstances, why not these people? If you have fully disadvantaged them on an economic level and certain things that clearly are glaringly clear in the statistics that you go by, your fucking signs, your bullshit. And we already understand on another level that it's really what's going on inside of you and your hearts. You don't really want to do anything for these people. You don't want to be fair. You don't want to do a whole lot of things because you're fucking demoniac narcissists. That's the truth. When you know the heavens, folks, you always understand things for what they are. Not gonna bullshit you tonight, right? You've had enough of that so far. Not gonna bullshit you. Up to this point, we've all walked through the bullshit on a daily basis. Everybody's feeling stressed. People are having job concerns for that money, which is not real. So in a heavenly world where people don't have jobs, but somehow they have way more than you. Everyone has way more than you, right? And will keep continuously getting more because they're blessed by the Most High, right? He has blessed their society. He has blessed their technology. Now, before you folks think I'm talking crazy, I want you to think about how you look at stuff. You understand that dark energies have done things to your technology of current. You already talk about how the web is a vortex, and you guys already speak in these ways about how they manipulate and use the technology that they have in this society right now to harm you and do things. You already say that, and you will also recognize that these are products of dark energy, right? So the same way that they influence your technology, the Most High, when he decides to fully involve himself in your technology, is on the same level, but it's him. He is greater than them, folks. He holds their life. He holds the life of all things. So everything is possible in the heavenly world because there's no one there to hoard or take from someone else, folks. Growth is always expected, folks. You understand? You see what I mean? I'm trying to show you that lower level energy and thinking only creates lower level energy and environment. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm trying to give you signs. It's all relative because I enjoy the fact that people can see and visualize certain things. And they do perceive of higher reality, but they're not connecting themselves to that. It's more to do to just sit around and talk about it and discuss it, the ooh and ah aspects of something, versus trying to actively connect to that aspect. That's how the better day comes. The mirror in yourselves, folks. The mirror that shows you where you've gone wrong. The mirror that says that there can be a better day. And I've seen heavenly worlds. Now, the next person that tells me that they've seen a heavenly world or they're good friends with the great sun, whom is my family, or Mother Earth, whom is my family, the earth that you live on, or the moon goddess, right? Or the stars and all of the heavens, right? The thunder and the lightning, folks, the wind, the grass, right? You know, amazing things, folks. Yes, you do perceive things beyond your third dimensional reality because you understand in your bullshit science about, you know, reality. You understand about dimensions, and you do understand if there's a third dimension and there's a second dimension and so forth and going on up. You do understand it. So since you have that point of application down packed, then I can take you beyond that. The new day is about you living in heavenly vibration. It starts inside of you, folks. And your connection to the universe, folks. It's through that technology, through that higher vibration, folks. There is no suffering or lack or things that people want and can't have because they have abundance from the Most High. The most important aspect. Right? You read it in your doctrines, you see it in your visuals, you see it in things you see and you talk about and you give your theories and you spectate. But you're not connecting that to your heart. Right? You still expect things to be the way they are. The change is coming when you change that way of thinking, folks. One by one, because all of us are collectively the same. The Most High holds all of our lives, folks. Right? And anytime someone's talking about my family, they're going to pique my interest, and I subscribe to their channel just because the guy can see my family. Right? But I want you guys to understand something about the new day and why it's here and everything and why I've issued these things that are happening, right? And I know you guys have went and checked out these things because you wanna make sure to see if this guy's gonna nail it. But I'm not the authority and I'm not the power, folks. I'm just giving a message to you, right? At any point that you have a problem, you can address the Most High. He is holding your life, folks. I guarantee you that he hears you, folks. If you think you have a problem with him or you think you can do better than him, you just let him know. Right? See what happens. Right? You guys are really foolish, and I was looking at these, these guys have had these parties and stuff, to celebrate the pandemic and pandemic parties and shit, and people are trying to come to the party and catch the virus and do all it. It's foolishness. There is something mentally wrong with the average human, and you guys have to be done away with, most certainly, all of you. See, I'm seeing this on a level beyond politics and books and stuff. Those things are necessary for certain people, and it's great that you guys are building like that because you're learning things. But there's so much more to learn because the Most High is greater and supersedes your books. He is your doctrines, folks. Okay? And I so look forward for the sweep out because every day I see pain and suffering and it's just disgusting to me. I have yet to meet the person who's totally disgusted on the level that I am. But see, I've seen those heavenly worlds, folks. I've been to heavenly worlds. The greatest experience that one could ever experience in this reality, but I could only get that through the Most High. He has unlocked those things for me, folks. Right? And I know what a greater day looks like. I've already said this. I know what it looks like, folks. Doesn't matter if you know or not. Your ignorance has led you to this place. Okay? And I want you guys to think about how many of you actually experience suffering on levels where you're stressed about what you're going to do or where you're going to, how you're going to make ends meet or put food on the table because you got kids or whatever's going on in your life. And then these things happen. And these fucking greedy bastards sit back and play these games and do all this stuff while they don't have to worry about their next meal. And you guys keep going by the same bullshit system that has allowed this unfairness, right? In glorification of foolishness and evil, folks. It's disgusting. Have a good night.